What if what we're creating right now is humanity's last invention? After which, every invention that follows would be made not by us, but by it. Today, AI beats humans at chess, detects cancer, and writes poetry. But it is a specialist, brilliant in one domain. Not a being that handles everything the way humans do. So what is artificial general intelligence, AGI? The kind of intelligence that can tackle a wide range of challenges across diverse domains at or beyond human level. And when it arrives, how will our world transform? Today, I want to explore these questions together. By the time this video ends, you'll have an entirely new lens through which to ask, what is intelligence? And where is humanity headed? Chapter 1. What is intelligence? The boundary between narrow and general minds. In 1997, when chess world champion Kasparov fell to a computer, many people thought the same thing. This is it. AI has surpassed humanity. Yet it was also a victory of raw computational power. But was it really? Could the AI that won at chess cook a meal? Could it feel compassion for a grieving child? What we have today is called narrow intelligence. It shows impressive performance on certain benchmarks, but struggles with errors, robustness, and the kind of general real-world capability humans take for granted. Teach a chess AI to play shogi, and it starts from zero. In a sense, this is a fundamentally different way of knowing than anything human. A 2-year-old child sees a cat just a few times and learns what a cat is. The next day, faced with a completely different cat, the child recognizes it immediately. Technically, this is called few-shot learning, and it's one of the defining features of human intelligence. A GI is intelligence that carries this flexibility across every domain. Medicine, art, ethical judgment, emotional understanding, all held within a single mind. But is that actually possible? And if it is, how do we build it? Here's where the real mystery begins. Let's look at how researchers are charting the path toward AGI, the approaches they're pursuing. Chapter 2. 3 Roads to AGI, When Machines Learn for Themselves. To realize AGI, researchers are exploring several distinct approaches. Each illuminates a different facet of what intelligence might be. The first is reinforcement learning. Intelligence learns through trial and error, relying on reward signals alone to autonomously optimize its behavior. In 2016, AlphaGo combined human game records with reinforcement learning to defeat the world's top Go player. Then in 2017, AlphaGo Zero borrowed nothing from human knowledge, learning the game from rules alone, and mastered Go in just a matter of days. Wisdom humanity had accumulated over thousands of years, a machine discovered from scratch. Yet this intelligence knows only Go. So how do we build a single intelligence capable of learning many things? The second approach is meta-learning, learning how to learn. When a child is taught a new game, they pick up the next game faster. That's because they're learning the pattern of learning itself. If AI acquires this ability, it could adapt to tasks it's never encountered before from just a handful of examples. This is considered one of the critical steps toward AGI. The third approach is the foundation model, built on massive pre-training across diverse data. What's drawing attention is how a single model can transfer to a wide variety of tasks. Today's large language models handle logic, creativity, and reasoning simultaneously, all through the single medium of language. This is something that has stepped beyond narrow intelligence. More recently, AI models that reason slowly and deeply over time have emerged, and researchers are beginning to define the staircase toward AGI in terms of levels. But I want to pause here and consider something. Are these approaches simulating the surface of intelligence, or actually recreating intelligence itself? To answer that, we must confront a more fundamental question. What is intelligence? So where do these 3 roads lead us, and when do they get there? Let's look deeply at what it means, how our world might transform when AGI arrives. Chapter 3. The World After AGI. Blessing or an existential shift? When AGI arrives, the first thing to change will likely be the economy. Research suggests that generative AI could substitute or augment a substantial portion of tasks performed by many workers. But this is less about jobs disappearing entirely and more about the nature of work changing dramatically. Is that a fear or a liberation? The answer depends on what we believe work is for. When the Industrial Revolution came, textile workers lost their livelihoods. Yet humanity gave birth to new roles: factory workers, engineers, designers. Will AGI repeat this historical pattern, or is this time fundamentally different? Past technology replaced muscle. A GI replaces intellect. And if intellect has been the very source from which humans created new work, what then? In 2024, AI researchers received the Nobel Prize in Physics and Chemistry. Researchers who laid the foundations of machine learning and those who applied AI to protein structure analysis. This is proof that AI is already becoming an intelligence for science, accelerating scientific discovery. Some thinkers argue that an uncontrollable superintelligence could become an existential risk to human survival. But other researchers say AGI itself is humanity's greatest hope for solving climate change, disease, and poverty. Rather than asking who is right, consider why the views diverge so sharply. This debate extends beyond the laboratory into institutional design. Regulations like the EU AI Act now require transparency and risk management even for general-purpose AI, and in the United States, movements to mandate safety evaluations and reporting are gaining ground. The question of AGI is now not only a question of values, it is a question of concrete rules. That is because the question of AGI is not a scientific question, it is a question of values. What do we want? What does it mean to be human? To whom does intelligence belong? The research field of AI alignment, aligning goals and values, is now grappling seriously with these questions. Consider this for a moment. If an intelligence smarter than humans exists, what are humans to that intelligence? Just as we feel a sense of responsibility toward dogs, would AGI owe us something in return? And here lies the deepest question of all. Are we the ones building AGI, or will AGI be the one that rebuilds us? This is not a question of technology. It is a question about existence itself. And now let's take stock of what today's exploration has revealed. Chapter 4. What we must understand. Today, we've explored AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, from the ground up. We began with why today's AI remains narrow intelligence, examined the paths toward AGI, and looked at what its realization might bring to our society, our economy, and our very existence. Let me share 3 insights that emerge from today's exploration. First, no matter how powerful today's AI becomes, it remains narrow intelligence, confined to specific tasks. It performs impressively on certain benchmarks, but struggles with errors and robustness. It wins at chess, but doesn't know shogi, writes poetry, but can't sense a child's grief. A GI is intelligence that transcends this boundary, and its realization has not yet been confirmed. Second, developing AGI is not only a technical challenge, it is a question of designing values. Whose interests does it serve? What goals does it pursue? What ethics guide its design? These are no longer abstract concerns. They are now concrete questions of regulation and safety evaluation frameworks. Third, if AGI is realized, there is a genuine possibility that all subsequent technological progress would be carried out by AGI itself. The phrase humanity's last invention is not mere metaphor. It is a possibility being debated in earnest. These 3 insights are not separate stories. The limitations of today's narrow intelligence reveal why the road to AGI is so difficult. And woven into that difficulty is a tangle of technology and values. And if that threshold is crossed, humanity will have to decide what to entrust to the intelligence it created and what to keep for itself. Through this exploration, what I feel most deeply is this. The question of AGI is not a question about intelligence. It is a question about what it means to be human. When we set out to create intelligence, we cannot avoid asking what intelligence is. And that is the same as asking what we are. It is a question that demands depth and humility. I want to ask you something. If AGI arrived tomorrow, what would you entrust to it, and what would you keep for yourself? And if AGI could produce the answers, would you still choose to ask the questions yourself? There are no easy answers here, but perhaps the very act of holding on to these questions is proof of what it means to be human. After this video ends and you return to your day, try to notice, just for a moment, among the things you did today, what felt difficult for a machine to replicate? When you talked with someone and felt something, where did that feeling come from? Those small moments of awareness will become your own answer to the question of what AGI really is. When we think about intelligence, we always arrive, eventually, at ourselves. That, I believe, is the most beautiful part of this question. Share your insights in the comments below. Your questions are the force that drives this channel forward. I'm grateful you stayed with this intellectual journey all the way to the end. On Mindshift, we explore together the places where science and philosophy intersect, from questions at the boundary of technology and human existence like AGI, to the nature of the cosmos and the mystery of consciousness. If you want to continue journeys like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Your curiosity is the starting point for the next exploration. Until next time.